Hola a todos, ¿cómo vas? Hoy voy a hablar sobre la superación de las mesetas de aprendizaje de idioma. Okay, now let's be serious. It's me again, Sam, and we're here to talk about o- overcoming language learning plateaus. Welcome back to Linguistic Journeys. If you have been learning a language for a while, you might feel like you have stopped making progress. You're still studying, still practicing, but it feels like you're not improving. Don't worry, it's a common experience. And today, we are going to talk about how to break through it. Let's start by understanding what a language learning plateau is and why it happens. In the early stage of learning, everything feels new and exciting. You make noticeable progress quickly, and each day brings something new, whether it's learning basic phrases, vocabulary, or grammar structures. But after a certain point, we can all remark that we don't learn at the same quantity of words anymore. We don't learn the same expressions anymore. Often at the intermediate or advanced stage, the progress starts to slow down. You might feel like you're studying just as hard as before, but you're not seeing the same improvement. This is what we call plateau. It happens because you have already mastered the basics, and now the gaps in your knowledge are more subtle. To jump from intermediate to advanced is a longer and harder climb than the initial stages. This plateau can be frustrating, but it's actually a sign that you have moved into a deeper level of language learning. And so it's defined the knowledge you already have, which is why it can feel like you're standing still. One of the keys to overcoming a plateau is identifying the gaps in your knowledge. At this stage, it's not about learning more basic vocabulary or grammar. It's about refining what you already know and filling in the gaps that are holding you back. Ask yourself, where are you struggling? Is it speaking fluently in real-time conversations? Is it understanding native speakers when they talk quickly? Is it using more advanced grammar or specialized vocabulary? Once you have identified test areas, you can focus on your effort on targeting those gaps. For example, if you find it hard to keep up with native speakers, you might focus on improving your listening comprehension. If you struggle to use advanced grammar naturally, you might spend more time practicing complex sentences, structures in context. The key is to be honest with yourself about where your weaknesses are and work to address them. Sometimes the reason you hit a plateau is simple that your routine has become too predictable. When you use the same methods over and over, it's easy to get stuck. Changing up your learning routine can inject new energy into your language journey and help you break through the plateau. Here are a few mix things up. Here are a few ways to mix things up. Try new learning resources. Shift your focus. If you have been spending a lot of time on reading and writing, switch to speaking and listening. Or if you have been focusing on casual conversation, try tackling more formal language like business or academic topics. Immerse yourself in a new environment. If possible, find new ways to immerse yourself into language. Immerse yourself into culture, like I said before, like I said into previous episodes. Another way to break through a plateau is by setting new, more specific goals. At the beginning of your language learning, your goals might have been broad, like become conversational or learn basic grammar. But once you hit the intermediate or advanced stages, you need to get more precise. Instead of getting better at listening, set a goal to understand 80% of podcast episode without using subtitles. Instead of improving my speaking, aim to hold a 10-minute conversation with a native speaker on a complex topic, like politics or science. The specific goals give you something concrete to work on, and they push you to reach a higher level. Finally, it is important to remember that breaking into a plateau takes time. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint, and progress isn't always linear. Sometimes it is exponential, or sometimes it is just declining over time. You might feel like you're not improving day to day, but over time, all the small efforts will add up. Consistency is key. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, stick with it. Keep practicing, keep engaging with the language, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Sometimes the breakthrough happen when you least expect them. After weeks of feeling stuck, suddenly something clicks. Patience is essential too. It is easy to get frustrated when you don't see immediate results. But remember that plateaus are a normal part of language learning process. They often come right before a period of rapid growth, so don't give up. Stay consistent, keep challenging yourself, and trust the process. So, if you have been i- it if you have been learning a language or and got hit by a plateau, remember it is a natural part of the journey. By identifying your gaps, changing up your routine, setting specific goals, and staying patient and consistent, you can break through and reach the next level of fluency. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Linguistic Journeys. If you have been struggling with a plateau, I hope these strategies will help you push past it. Be sure to subscribe for more tips and insight on language learning. And in the next episode, we will explore the power of language exchanges and how to make the most of them. Until then, keep listening, keep reading, and stay curious. Stay tuned for the new episode. Bye bye.